right answers. You must ask the right questions.
I'm fucking with shawty, make it look easy. I fuck at the party, make it look easy. I do the hardest shit, make it look easy. She playing hard to get, but she really easy.
Spread love, that's really easy. Drinking that hard liquor, but taking it easy. Get her wetter than Fiji, and that's really easy. It ain't all that complicated when you from the Big Easy. Don't make it too complicated. Got the juice cause I concentrated. You sleeping, your girl could get dominated. White or brown, I just take me a combination. They trying to grab me like I'm nominated. Once I get the beat,
Oh Lord, so extra.
I'm real light skin on my show. Like this is a totally different side right here. This is a totally different side. I'm super light skin on my show. And we keeping that part in there too. Come on, everybody to know.
Oh Lord.
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy George. We're gonna stay with George. George, the Jester, Pablo, all that good stuff, you know, aka E-Weed, whatever how y'all say it, Ski Weed, whatever, you know, shout out to y'all. Pinkies up. That's all I know. And this is another wonderful episode of Questions where I get my good friends and family on here. And if they're not my friends, by the end of the show, they become my friends. And I ask them some questions that you might not normally think about. Sometimes you might think about it too much, but we're going to get some honest answers. And this week we have the as many AKAs I have, this lady here has as many jobs. So I will refuse to try to say them all, but I will let her introduce her own self. Madam, tell the people who you are.
What is good, people in SMG land? I am your girl, Leo Ra'Chel. I am the creator, founder, and one of the hosts of the Fat Girl Chronicles podcast, which we lovingly produce and go live on Tuesday, which we lovingly call Fat Tuesdays, from 8 to 10 p.m. on all of your podcast streaming platforms is where you can find us. You can find us live on YouTube and Facebook, though, on Tuesdays from 8 to 10. I am also a book coach, and I am an artist.
You're gonna be here for a while, people. There you go. Where's settle in?
I'm a book coach and an artist, and I do both of those things under my company, Royal Outcast Artistry, and that's Outcast with a K, like the song, like the music group. And then I do fashion and wardrobe styling under Royal Outcast Styling Academy. I think that's all I do. I think
that's all you do for now.
Oh, and I'm a trainer and advisor of podcasters for SMG. And I also have another show that happens every other Friday, PGC After Dark, with me and 4 beautiful ladies, the Crazy Rich Aunties. And on Tuesday, it's me, Genesis, and the fellas. We got the Mouth and Trosh on Tuesdays. And I think that's it. I always forget all of the different things that I do.
Absolutely.
So like those are the ones that come to the top of my head first, and then later on I'll be like, oh yeah, and I do, and oh yeah, and I do. So I'll stop right there.
Well, man, Birdman, is you finished or is you done?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
That's how I feel when they be asking me like how many podcasts are on the network. I'm like, bro, I ain't got enough time.
Oh yeah, I'm a published author. I forgot
See?
that part. I'm a published author. I got 3 books out. One of them is called The Fat Girl Commandments. And then I have 2 self-help healing journals. One is for men, one is for women. And it is called Living Out Loud, the Living Out Loud journal. So it helps you to go through writing prompts and really makes you tap into yourself on a daily basis as you're going through your healing journey. So yeah, I forgot that part. 3 books.
Yep. And she is the Jiminy Cricket to my Pinocchio. She's been in my ear telling me to do things that I've been putting off on So y'all might see a book from Pablo soon. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
I
But
know we'll see. Y'all will see one from him soon.
but thank you, Ms. Leo, for being on here. I really, really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen questions before.
I have.
You have?
I have.
Which one have you seen?
I saw the one with Pooch.
That's a good one. That's
That
probably
was
the
a good one.
longest. That's probably the longest of the first season. So that's
That was a really good one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We stripped away Pooch. We found Keith in there somewhere.
You did.
Yep.
And maybe you'll find Tiffany somewhere on this one. Because
Hey.
I actually just told on myself, y'all don't really know. That's not my real name. Leo is not my real name. My real name is Tiffany Ra'Chel. So he didn't even ask that question, but I gave y'all an answer.
There you go. See? Open questions, y'all. This is what we do here. We get down to the truth. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So the first question is. No, I'm gonna ask you the question. I said I wasn't gonna ask you that, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. 24 hours as the opposite sex.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
What are we doing? Like when you when you wake up, what are we doing?
Soon as I wake up and I realize that I'm a man.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as I realize, like, I'm definitely touching it.
Okay.
And definitely going to like measure it. Because I want to see like where I'm at in the game.
Disney movie.
For real, like I want to see where I'm at in the game. Like where I
yeah, because you would know, because
yeah, like
you don't know.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want to know where I stack up. Like if I'm average, I'm cool with average. You know what I'm saying? Because average is satisfying as well, you know.
Yeah,
so
I found that out. I found that out lately. I spoke to
like
Rosa.
average.
Rosa said average is okay. I was on the show with y'all. They said average was okay.
We like average. Average is good.
Just every once in a while, they want some furniture rearranging. That's all.
Oh no, I like my furniture where it is. My furniture, my internal furniture is like art on the walls. Don't touch it, don't move it, okay? But what I like is if you know how to handle what you have. That's the biggest thing, not necessarily the size, because the size sometimes means you don't know what you're doing with it. You just got a lot of it, you know. And then after that, like I'm definitely gonna go get in the shower, play around with it.
Look at you.
Yeah, because I don't want to be out here like I ain't finna go outside and just be trying to do nothing with nobody and it's not clean. And I don't even know how I got here, but I'm here, so let me go shower first.
Right.
And then at least go and venture out into the world. Yeah, venture out into the world as a dude. And then like I probably would go cut my hair back off. Cause I'm fine as shit with a fade. Okay. As a woman, I'm fine as shit with a fade. But then as a dude, oh my God, they'd be like, come here, big boy. So I would, definitely go cut my hair back off, get my little waves back in motion. Because my waves is seasick. If y'all ain't seen the pictures. And then I'm going to try to sleep with somebody's baby mama.
Okay. Hey, ain't nothing like sleeping with my baby mama. I'm trying to tell you.
It ain't. So.
It ain't nothing like it. But, okay. What's holding you back from your dream?
Oh, damn. How you go from like.
I'm trying to tell you, that's what we do here.
How you go from the fun, then you jump right to the deep?
Yeah. I rock people to sleep. Yeah, I rock people to sleep.
From the kiddie pool right on to the deep end. Actually, right now, I am doing a lot towards my dream. The biggest thing that's stopping me that I would say is the funding to be able to make it all happen. Okay. I am a jumping out the window kind of person with stuff I want to do. So I do a lot of jumping out the window, trying things, seeing how it works, seeing what works for me. I'm a very free-spirited person, and I have always been. So that's why my nickname from my mom is her wild child. I have always been called her wild child. Even to this day, like even though she's gone, I still like hear her calling me her wild child when I decide to just go do whatever the hell I feel like doing. Be like, ooh, this why she called me her wild child. And so I'm the one that takes a lot of chances, a lot of risk on things. So when it comes to like stuff I want to do, just like when it came to me painting, I woke up one morning and was like, I can paint.
Yeah.
I can fucking paint. I can paint.
I said that too.
And I say that because I saw my mom just do so many different things. She didn't have YouTube. She didn't have, you know, all of the technology and information that we have this day, but my mom was still capable of doing so many things. My mom painted. She was a seamstress. She cooked. She was a missionary. She actually worked her regular 9 to 5, and she was a mother to 5 children. So to say that us in this day and time with everything that we have, all the technology, all these other advancements that we have, to say that we can't do it, and they were able to do it without any of this, I don't believe that. So that's why I take a lot of chances. I take a lot of risks. I jump out the water and just like, okay, well, I'm going to try it. And if I fail, then it's not even a failure. It's a lesson that I learned to see if I would be able to do it. So a lot of it is just not having the funding. And I would also say not having the right team around me. But I feel like that is coming, that is growing, that's building. So the biggest thing right now is the funding, because otherwise... Because otherwise, nothing is stopping me. I have literally done a lot of the things that I said I was going to do. I said one day I'm going to write a book, and I started writing a book, and I wrote a book, and I published it myself, and I want to write more books, but I got to get this team together to be able to handle things so I can kind of take some of it off of my plate and out of my hands so that I can go write the other books that I want to write. I actually got a book sitting on my laptop right now. I got a book sitting in my Canva because I haven't finished it. So yeah, it's coming together, but it's going to take some time and some money to get it done.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of money, if you won $10 million just out the blue, what is your first selfish gift?
Selfish?
Yep.
A house with some land behind
That's not selfish.
It's not, but the reason that I say that, because I don't need a big ass ignorant house, but I want a big house and I want a lot of land and I want a big ass like privacy fence around it, because I want to go sit in my garden butt naked by the pool. You know what I'm saying? I want my sanctuary of peace. And so if that's the first thing I do, that'll be the first thing I do. And it might not sound selfish, but that's why it's selfish, because I want to be able to go out there, be in my garden and grow my things, so then I can go back in my house and create all the stuff that I really want to do in this life. Because like what I do now is like stuff I love to do. This is what I love to do. But what I find that I feel like I would want to do ultimately when I don't want to like be in the world, I want to garden, and I want to make teas and bath bombs and body scrubs and healing salves and all that other kind of stuff. So I feel like that's the part of me that is really going to come out after I've done all of the running around and, you know, exploring the world kind of thing. So, yeah.
What would you try if you know you couldn't fail?
I'm already trying it. Like, I'm already trying it. Like, I am literally already trying it. Like, I don't know. I don't think there's anything that I could say that I haven't tried that I actually want to do.
Like run for president?
Huh?
Run for president?
No, I don't want to do that shit.
You want to be the president?
No, people don't like the president. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. You know, I don't want to do nothing like that. But I would say like the one thing that I do struggle with, but I have started doing it, is to step out of my comfort zone when it comes to my singing.
Okay.
And my poetry. Like I write poetry and I
There you
am
go.
working on a couple of songs. And the one thing that I would say is like it's hard for me to step out of that comfort zone to like be in the front. Like I'm okay singing in the background, like Pam said. No, like Gina said. That was Gina singing in the background. I'm okay with doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was in the choir. I was in the gospel choir in high school. I was in the choir at church growing up, all of that. But like you asked me to sing on the mic and like lead a song, even though everybody knows I can sing. My hand up there like this the whole time. Like
I just found out right now. See?
Well, I'm talking about like people that like know me. They know I can sing. And then some people, it still shocks people now that I can sing because I don't ever really talk about it.
Okay.
And so talking about it on the podcast and hanging around people that are in the music industry and stuff, they like, why don't you sing for real? And I'm like, And they're like, that's not an answer.
That's not an answer.
That's not an answer.
You told me the same thing.
That's not an answer. And so I really had to tap in and see, like, why wouldn't I sing? Why wouldn't I do it? And the one thing was because when you really get out here and start singing or start doing stuff that you love, there is so much criticism. And I feel like a lot of times that's what takes away from your love of something, you know, the criticism, the judgment, and everybody else's input on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I don't think
I would. Andre 3000 said he's not putting out an album.
Yeah, see, like
too much anticipation, and if it's not what you guys like, I don't want to hear it. So he said he's never putting out an album.
Yeah, like I just feel like I just want to do it, and I just want to enjoy doing it. Now, will I create some songs and do some stuff? Yeah, I've already been featured on a song already, but it was me doing my poetry. And it was me actually doing a song that doing a poem that I wrote years ago. It was just fitting for the song. And now I'm working on another song based off of another poem that I wrote. So it's basically my poetry and my singing are going hand in hand. And
okay, poetry. Okay.
And I'm just working on making it work. But it's hard right now to kind of integrate that into everything because I'm a one-woman show. Yeah. So trying to write music and then actually go to the studio and do all that kind of stuff. Being in the studio is fun, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot right now.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. What gets you out of the bed every morning?
Because I'm gonna feel like, what really gets me out of the bed? Just knowing that people depend on me to be me. Not necessarily that they depend on me like they need me for something, but I do know people need me. Not in a way where like they are draining me or anything like that, but I get up in the morning to accomplish my goals and my dreams and to build a legacy for my family and things. But in the midst of that, I know people need me. People need me to show up. Because when I wasn't my best and I wasn't myself and I was dealing with like some really deep depression and PTSD here recently, it was a lot for people to take the fact that I was not myself. People are like, whoa, this a lot. I ain't never seen Leo like this. Yeah, y'all ain't never seen Leo like that. And so it was a lot for people to take in and kind of understand, like, it was a lot happening. And so I know people depend on me and I know people need me to get up and be and do, but I also get up for the fact that I need me to get up and be and do.
Gotcha.
I need me to get up and focus and accomplish these goals and dreams and build this legacy and all those good things. But yeah, I have to show up for my people because a lot of us business owners and people that are building things don't have people show up for us. And even I've dropped the ball with that, but I'm recognizing the importance of showing up.
Gotcha.
And I had some healing to do too, and growing up to do. Yes, I'm 37, but we all still have some areas where we got to do a little growing up, and so I had to do some growing up and some reflecting.
It's big for Leo to say that out loud too, so that's what's up. All Leos don't like to admit stuff like that, but that's cool.
I will admit it. I will definitely admit that, but don't do too much. Don't ask for too much.
Have you ever been heartbroken?
Yes.
When?
Yeah,
this is it right here.
It was about, how long have I been single? It's about 10 years. I've been single about 10 years.
Okay.
I have not been in a serious relationship in 10 years. Have I dated? Yes. Have I tried to be in a relationship? Yes. But has it actually happened? No.
Okay.
So I was heartbroken about 10 years ago when my ex and I decided to break up. We were together about 7 years. 7, almost 8 years.
Wow.
So,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My early 20s. We got together in my early 20s. 21, and we broke up about, I was like almost 20. I think I was like 28. We were like 7, almost 8 years in the game.
Sheesh.
So we broke up, and but it was, I feel like it was for the best for the both of us. But after we broke up, we realized like a lot of things could have been different, that we probably could have salvaged our relationship if we had taken the time to actually communicate and fight for our relationship. Right. I don't feel like we did that. We didn't put in the fight for our relationship. It was like, you know, and so we had a lot of conversation after the fact. We're still friends to this day. We still talk. We still check in. My sisters still talk to him. Like my nephews, he asked about the family all the time. He was there when my mom passed, all those kind of things. So we're still, I'm not going to say close, but we're still good friends.
Okay.
But yeah, that broke my heart because he was like, I would say the love of my 20s. I'm not going to say the love of my life. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, if he was the love of my life, then we'd still be together, you know, right. But he was the love of my 20s. And I will say, like, that relationship was the most mature, growing, like, loving relationship I have ever been in. I was engaged once, and that relationship was nowhere near what that one was. But yeah, it taught me a lot as a woman, as a partner, as a, it taught me a lot about myself, but not just about myself, but how I am in a relationship, how I am with my partner. I literally flourish when I feel like I flourish a lot more when I'm with someone, and that's simply because all of the nurturing and all of that giving spirit, like I have somebody to give it to. I have somebody to do it for. I love cooking, and I love cooking for my mate. Like that was one thing he never had to worry about. He never had to worry about a meal being cooked. He never had to worry about the house being clean.
What you cooking?
Everything.
Okay.
My people are from the South, and my mom was like, my mom used to throw down. I was her protege in the kitchen when I was growing up. So anything she was in there making, like I always tell people, don't play with me. I'm responsible for the holiday meals. don't try to play me like I don't know what I be out here doing.
Gotcha.
But you know, cooking meals, taking care of the house, making sure it was clean, all those kind of things, and making sure he was taken care of as a man. You know, I tell people, I used to tell females, like this was in my earlier 30s. Like I'm 37 now. In my earlier 30s, I was telling women that when he came home, or I would set aside particular days to pamper him. And they'd be like, I'm not doing no man's feet, and I'm not doing all of this to no man.
Bruh. You hear what they say? They killing Michelle in the KWU verse. They're like, oh, I mean, no way in the world. Ain't no way in the
Listen,
world.
that man would come home. He would have his meal prepped, his drink cold. I sit down, I'm serving it, and then the next day it's your pamper day. I'm getting up, I'm doing his feet, shaving his head, lining his beard, making sure he good to go. And I don't care what you say, but if your partner is going out facing the world every day, working 8, 10, 12, 16-hour days, and he worked in the steel mill. He worked in the steel mill. So that means he's on his feet.
Like Joe Jackson. Okay. Right.
And I was going to take care of them feet because them feet was making sure that I didn't have to work as hard.
Right.
I was a preschool teacher. I was not even bringing in half of what he was bringing in. Like my degree is in early childhood education. I was a preschool teacher. I loved being a preschool teacher. So he allowed, and that might sound, I mean, allowed, yes, he allowed for me to be able to do what I loved in my 20s. Like, you know what I'm saying? He allowed for me to do what I loved. He allowed for me to work as a preschool teacher, making a little bit above minimum wage.
Right.
And then I was able to still go to school. He did not require me to pay bills. He did not expect me to pay bills, but I did. You know, I managed my things with my pay, and he took care of home with his pay, and he took care of the house. I took care of the home. Gotcha. And that's two different things. So, yeah.
Like how
like he took care of the house. I took care of the home. Like that was my responsibility, was to make our house a home. So I did that. Okay. And I had, like I said, that was the relationship for me, because it taught me so much about partnership, working together, communication, bills, all of that kind of stuff. So that's why I cannot settle for some of this fuck shit that's out here now.
Shout out to the toxic fellas. We out here, baby.
Yeah, I can't deal with the fuck shit. Now, granted, I be toxic sometimes, you know, because it just be like, you get tired of being, sometimes you get tired of being a good girl. And I'm not saying good girl like I don't do no wrong or I don't do no harm.
Ladies gonna kill you where you wording stuff wrong. They're not even used to that.
I don't care. Like the truth, we get into the truth, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that's how I feel. Like you do get tired of being the woman that men adore and the men want to be around for their peace. But a lot of people are broken and hurt and heartbroken and have not healed. And so I've had men tell me it scares them that they feel so comfortable around me. Sir, what kind of people are you around?
I used to be that guy. Yeah. I used to be that guy.
Yes. And like I would say that was the second time that I was heartbroken, but it wasn't a very long situation. It was just heartbreaking because the love was there, but he operated so much more out of fear than out of love. So it did not last long at all.
Gotcha.
Either you're going to be all in or you're not going to be in at all. So I don't operate in this halfway love type of shit. Nah. You going to tell me what it is, and that's how I'm going to move. Either you want me to be Martha Stewart, or you want me to be Mrs. Smith. You know what I'm saying? Because it's either one. Gotcha. If you want to fight and do all this other kind of stuff, if you want Leo to be a Leo to you, I can. But if you want me to be Tiffany to you, I can.
Okay.
And so it's just a matter of, you know, how you want me to move with you. Now, granted, I can play whatever role you want me to play, but that outcome is up to you.
Okay. All right. If you knew this was the last day on Earth. You only had 24 hours to get things done or do things you ever wanted to do. What would you do?
I am getting my family together and we turning up. We going somewhere we've never been before and we gonna enjoy that whole 24 hours. I promise you. My family is everything to me. My family means so much to me. And I could give a fuck about the businesses and all of that. I don't care. My family, I'm gonna spend my last 24 with them, and we're gonna enjoy every minute of that 24 hours. Ain't no sleeping. We ain't no going to sleep.
You waking everybody up.
I'm waking everybody up. We got 24 hours. Let's get it. Let's go. And then, you know, cremate me and spread my ashes over some beautiful ass water. And I'm good.
Let's see. Are you taking anything for granted right now?
Time. I feel like I take time for granted.
Guilty.
Yeah. I feel like I take time for granted. And sometimes I feel like I take people for granted. And it's not because I don't appreciate people. It's simply because I am learning to place boundaries in my life. Because I have always been a people pleaser. I grew up being a people pleaser. In my adulthood, I was a people pleaser. And in my 30s, I have dealt with so much. And being in therapy for the last 2 years, consistently since the pandemic, I'm learning to place boundaries. But sometimes that's hard. Boundaries is hard, especially when you love people the way that I love people. Like, I love people with my whole heart. And so when I have to set a boundary, it's hard. And then setting boundaries and being a bitch is hard. Like, it's a thin line. Like, that line is like this thin. When you're trying to figure out which way to go. But then, like I said, I feel like I'm taking time for granted. Because some days I just don't. Some days it's just like, no, I'm just not. I'm just not. And some days I just won't. But also it's like finding the balance of not doing too much and not doing too little. But if I've learned nothing, I have learned that you can't keep thinking that you got all this time either.
Very true.
Oh, yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay. What have you given up on?
Whew. I'm trying not to give up on love. That's the one thing that I am trying, like, with every ounce of my being, to not give up on. And I am trying not to give up on the possibility or the thought of being someone's mother.
Okay.
Like, it's hard out here dating, and that's the part where it's like, bruh, I don't yeah. I feel like sometimes it's hard to really say that you're a hopeless romantic because people take advantage of that.
They do. They do.
People take advantage of good-hearted folks when it comes to those kind of things. And so
I think they just accept anything.
Yes. And which is why I said there's a fine line between being a bitch and setting boundaries, because you've had so many people take advantage of you. And then the people that you don't think would take advantage of you, or that will be in your corner, or that would ride with you until the fucking wheels fall off, are the same ones who have betrayed you. And now you're like, the fuck? You know? And it creates this whole complex in your brain. Like, am I a good person, or
right?
Do I continue to be a good person, or do I just say fuck it and just become the villain in everybody else's story? Which is why I fucking love the Joker.
I'm the villain.
I love the Joker because
I have a painting of him in my house.
He was a good person, you know, like, but life circumstances and situations made him become the villain that he was. And so
that's why my dog named Harley. See,
the
the reason for all that. I became the villain. So,
and it's like, do I just become the villain? You know, but my heart on the other side of that is like, girl, that's not even who you are.
right.
So don't let the world taint your heart. I tell people all the time, I was conceived in love. I was raised in love. And so I am love. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you were conceived in it, born in it, raised in it, then that's what you are. And I feel like that's what I am. I tell people that all the time. So when it comes to loving people, I do it from a genuine place. And a lot of people have never been loved from a genuine place. A lot of people have never been loved unapologetically. You know, a lot. Yeah, it shows. A lot of people are so fearful of love, which is the one thing that they say they want. But, you know, I don't want to ramble. So I'm going to stop there. Because those kind of shits is what is like.
I know what I'm doing.
Those are the conversations that really drive me, that I don't get to have very often with people when it comes to being like completely open and honest about those things. So yeah,
you know, that can be an episode of somewhere
on one of these 900 shows.
Yeah, I mean,
between the two of us,
right? So on the best day you ever had, right? In your recollection, the best day you ever had, what were you doing?
The best day I've ever had. This might sound bad, but it's not.
No, not from you.
No, but like, I was in kindergarten.
Okay.
And we were having a kite flying contest. And I was outside. I was enjoying flying my kite in the wind in the springtime. I'm a little girl. And that was like one of the best days of my life, because I actually won the contest. But like, I recall
you can't see me in that kite flying though. I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
I mean, we could go to Dollar Tree and get some kites.
Yeah, you ain't said nothing.
And make it do what it do.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean my own kite. I'm an engineer.
Well, you can make your own kite, and I'm gonna show up with my kite. And we're gonna battle it out, bro. Like, but I feel like that was one of the best days of my life, simply because that was a time where I didn't have any responsibilities. I had to wake up and pay bills. I had to think about how I was gonna make sure I paid my bills. I didn't have to stress, you know. I literally just showed up and was who I was, flying my kite and enjoying life. And so I feel like a lot of times I'm still that little 5-year-old girl.
That's me too.
Yeah.
I found that out in therapy.
It is. Like, we had that conversation the other day when we showed the bubbles.
Yeah.
Literally showed the bubbles, and my bubbles are never too far.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
In my adult life, I've had a lot of good days, but the best day of my life, I think a lot of my best days happened when I was growing up as a child. 2nd
grade field day in Germany. I won every gold medal in every competition.
See?
Yep.
In Germany?
Yeah.
You an Army brat?
Yeah, that's me.
See? Okay.
That's why I have attachment issues. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
No, I literally was like, let me get my little pen and pad, like, cause that's one of them therapy moments. Like, okay.
Yep. Shay already did that. Shay already did that.
That makes sense.
All right. What's one thing you can't live without?
Ooh, that's gonna make me cry, but it's the truth. I am already living without the thing that I thought I could not live without, and that's my parents. So yeah, moving right along.
Welcome to the jungle, lady. Nuh-uh.
Oh no, I'm good. I mean, I already know, like I know myself. As many people that know me, they know as hard as I am on the outside, I am marshmallow on the inside. So no, and especially when it comes to talking about my parents, like I lost my father when I was 13, and I lost my mom when I was 30. 7 years ago, to be exact. So I'm already living without the thing that I did not think I could live without. So everything else is
expendable.
Yeah. I mean, the other things that I would say
Hear that,
that
fellas? You ain't important.
The other thing that I would say is my siblings.
Okay.
It's 5 of us, and I have 2 nephews.
Yeah.
Although we fuss and fight and get on each other's nerves, I could not navigate this earth without my siblings. They are everything to me. Gotcha. Even though they get on my nerves sometimes, and I'm sure I get on theirs because I'm me, the wild child. I'm the one to take risks, and I'm the one that's always jumping off of buildings with no parachute.
Right.
And be like, I'll be fine, and I know that scares them. I know that scares them, and I also know that sometimes it puts pressure on them when that's not necessarily what I want to do. So, yeah, and not to say the fellas aren't important, but I just feel like if you're not really coming with nothing, you ain't really coming with nothing that made me be like, damn. Then you can kind of go. I'm getting to that point in my life where it's just like, if you are not adding to the piece that I've already been able to find, then you can go, chief, because your penis can be replaced.
All right.
That's the truth.
What's your motto in life?
I say it every week. Don't do it with your half ass. Do it with your whole ass. Do it with your whole ass.
Do it with your whole ass. Okay.
Do it with your whole ass. That's how I say that on the show all the time, because I feel like whatever you do in this life, don't tiptoe through life. Just kick the fucking door in, knock the walls down through this motherfucker. Like, so many of us tiptoe through life because of trauma and other shit that's happened to us.
Yeah.
And it keeps us in a box.
Right.
But nobody want to live in a box. Don't nobody want to stay in there. It's tight, it's cramped, and it's not cute on the inside. Boxes are particularly brown most of the time. Brown is not a pretty color. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So.
Oh, the hotep's mad at you right now. You keep getting people upset. You knocking off the list now.
I don't care.
Got the ladies, the hoteps. Who else?
I don't care. Shit, I'll probably say something about, some more people as we go along. But just don't stay in a box. Go through life. If you gotta knock all of this shit over, do so, because and if you're happy about the way you're moving, then so be it. Now, I'm not saying go out here and be a trash ass person and just go knocking shit over.
That's what it sounds like. It's all right.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I am saying, in order for your peace and you to live a life of happiness, joy, and all of that good shit, do not settle for anything. Don't settle. Don't settle in love, in life, in relationships, friendships, none of that shit. Don't settle. So go for what you want, but don't hurt people in the process of doing it.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. If you were to have a theme song for your life, right? What would be the theme song for your childhood? What's the theme song for your teenage life? And the theme song for your adult life? I need 3 songs.
Oh,
if you want to sing them, I'll take that too.
Childhood. Oh, damn. Childhood.
I'm pretty good at this.
Teenage years. Ooh, a song from my teenage years.
From the window.
No. No, I'm trying to think. It was a Nelly song, and I would say that's for my late teenage years. What's the song? If you want to go and take a ride with me,
Hey.
that was my shit. Like, I would say that was for like 18 to like 21. That's the song for that age range. Before 18.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a song before 18. Cause before that, like, I was just like, that was the awkward phase of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't necessarily have a song, but I would definitely give that a title, and it would be Awkward Fat Girl.
Okay.
Because I wasn't, so like now,
yeah,
the size that I am now, I was nowhere this big when I was younger. So when I was younger, I was like a 16, 18.
Okay.
When I was in high school. And like they made it like I was really big back then. So it caused a lot of insecurities. It caused a lot of questioning. Plus, like I said, I lost my dad when I was 13. So that was a age where I was really just coming into myself, learning myself. I had boobs, I had hips, I had thighs then. And it was a confusing time for me. It was a really confusing time for me because, like, you know, that's the time when girls are like, their dads are really important in their life because that sets the tone for who they become as a woman. So that was really hard. And then dealing with boys and not really, I was a tomboy. Like, I dressed in oversized clothes like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
and then
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, like, because I was awkward. I had too much body going on when I was younger. And so it was just confusing. And then when boys and men start looking at you, and not only that, like, I had body, but I was tall. You know what I'm saying? I was still tall then too, because I'm literally like 5'10" and a half, 5'11". And so being that size back then, that was model.
Yeah.
That was a model body now, but back then it wasn't. And so I had grown men looking at me thinking that I was lying when I was 10, that I was 13, 14, 15 years old. So I would definitely say that's the title. I got to think of a song though. And for my childhood, I would definitely say Hakuna Matata and A Whole New World, because I was a kid that I was a kid. I was a kid until I was like 12, 13. Up until my father got sick, I would say I was a kid. And then that's when life got real. Like, I lost other people in my life prior to losing my father. But when I lost my father, that's when things like got real, and it got real ugly, and it got real weird in my life. But as a kid, I think my mom did an amazing fucking job of making sure we lived like kids and that we had a good childhood no matter what. Like, I was looking at pictures yesterday because my brother asked about pictures or something, but looking at some of those pictures, like, me and my sisters, we were the girls that dressed alike all the time in the summer because my mama was making our outfits. We had birthday parties and family gatherings, and that's how I know all this damn music. Like, I'm 73 and I'm only 37. This is how I know all that good ass music. We always had good ass Christmases and a bunch of good ass times as a family in general. Did we have bad times? Yes, but the good outweighed the bad. And yeah. So, and I say A Whole New World simply because we were continuously exposed to like great things. We didn't ever travel like that. But my mom just made like life really good even when things were really bad.
Gotcha.
You know? So, yeah.
Okay.
And then for adulthood,
Yeah, you're grown.
there's a song by Jasmine Sullivan called "If You Dare."
Okay.
That's kind of how I feel now. Like,
Gotcha.
if
Okay.
you dare. Because it kind of goes, why you only seeing black and white when you should be living in color? You're walking now, but you were made to fly. And that song itself is like, yes, fuck these people. Let's get this shit. You know? And then Nobody by Neo. Because it go, nobody struts like her. Yeah, because I feel like ain't nobody touching Leo. I don't give a fuck what you say. Nice. All of the shit you can say bad about Leo. Okay. Okay, and but it's 1,000 other people who gonna come with a whole bunch of good shit. So my good outweighs my bad. So
okay. If your body can talk right now,
okay.
What is your body saying?
Oh.
Damn, that's what it's saying?
Currently, right now. Yeah, that's what it's saying. Okay. Currently, in this moment, my body is like, bitch, feed me. I'm hungry. Okay. I woke up, I had a little snack or whatever, but I was like, I don't want to go right back to sleep. And it's also saying give me some water, because yesterday I went outside yesterday. I refused to be in the house. It was beautiful yesterday. And I went outside. I hung out with my homegirls. I ate good. I drank good. And I enjoyed the wind. And so, yeah, it's hungry, but my body is also saying, let it go.
Okay.
It's also saying, let it go. But that's why I'm in therapy, too. That's why I'm in therapy, too, because, I got to learn to let some shit go.
Right.
And I'm unpacking. So I'm unpacking all of that shit, so it'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old were you when you first fell in love?
First fell in love.
Somebody watching this right now, like,
oh, I don't care. They can be looking. It wasn't with you, my nigga. No, it wasn't your ass. In love for real? For real? Not like puppy love?
Nope, not like puppy love.
It was with my ex.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would say I was like 21.
Okay.
That was for real love. Like, I was engaged before my ex, but like that wasn't real love. I feel like.
Sorry, my dude.
Did I love him? Yes.
Nah, don't try to clean it up now. This is all right.
Did I love him? Yes. Because we did have a good relationship, but it was just a lot of, I was childish still when I was with him. And like, I don't think I was really in love. I think I really liked him, but we weren't in love. And that would have for sure ended in a divorce.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I cannot say I was in love with him. Did I say I love you? Yes, because I did. But, as you get older, you realize the difference between loving somebody as a person and then actually being in love with that person. So reflecting, I can say that I was not really in love with him, but I was really in love with my ex.
Okay.
Yeah.
What helps you regain motivation when you're down?
My nephews. The life that I want to be able to provide to them. The things that I want them to be able to see in this life, which is why they're my screensaver on my phone. Also my mom and my auntie are my like lock screen, but my nephews are like my main.
Okay.
If I could show you, but all of the apps and shit is covering up, but they're on there. See?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. What is the meaning of life to you?
The meaning of life.
Yep.
The meaning of life to me.
Fuck bitches, get money.
Hey, gang, gang. No, but the meaning of life to me, and this is gonna sound like real gypsy, like fairy dust and roses.
I'm pissed off another group. Let's go. Come on.
But no, that's how I swear to you, like I've gotten called a gypsy so much in my lifetime that I feel like I am a gypsy to an extent.
Okay.
Not necessarily like a
Culture
gypsy.
appropriation. Let's
Yeah,
go.
but
Right.
no, it's just like but I've read up on gypsies and I actually like love the thought that somebody was like, "Oh, you're a gypsy." Yeah, I am. But anyway, I feel like the meaning of life to me is to love people, to love and to inspire,
Gotcha.
to be your authentic self, whether somebody agrees with it or not. The life that you live is not to be agreed upon by anybody else but you and God. So live the life that you desire to live the life that you want to live, and live the life that you know that you were put here to live. Like for real, for real. A lot of us try to live up to these expectations of the other people that we know that are in our family and all that other kind of shit. Stop trying to live up to somebody else's expectation. And that's another thing that I've learned, because as long as we continue to try to live up to their expectations, we'll never live the life that we're supposed to live. So, I actually got it on my arm. I was born to be wild, be free, be legendary. I'm lying. It says born to create, be wild, be free, be legendary. That's the meaning of life to me. That's what I was put here to do. So
nice. Okay. What is the title of your autobiography, and what chapter are you on right now?
I kind of started writing it already. I mean, I published one part of it already. And that's the Fat Girl Commandments. I would say that's the beginning part, but my overall life up until this point, I would definitely say the title of my autobiography would be Little Child Running Wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
What chapter we in right now?
The wild. I'm still a wild child. That's the part.
Chapter.
That's the chapter. I'm still a wild child.
Okay.
And I say little child running wild because like my mama has always called me her wild child. I can always go back to that. That's how I've always been. And I have always been that in my spirit, like for the longest. I feel like I came in this world different compared to my siblings. I came in this world, they all had hair on their heads. I came in this world bald head. So I came into this world different, you know. I came in here bald head, but I was the child with the most hair, the longest hair, the thickest hair. But I just say little child running wild because I have always marched to the beat of my own drum. I was the only one of my mom's kids who had an imaginary friend.
Shout out to the imaginary friend.
His name was Henry. What up, Henry? I don't know why my imaginary friend had such an old ass name, but that was his name.
Mine was Sam, so that's fine.
His name was Henry. And I just say that this chapter is I'm still a wild child. Simply because I am learning to embrace me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like I have lived so much of my life trying to please people that it took so long for me to learn to say no, learn to let go. And that's why I said that's where I'm at in my life too, is that I'm trying to, like, that's what my body is saying, let it go. So I can be my best self, so I can show up at 100%, so I can give to the world what I'm supposed to give. Because if I don't, I will be like, I don't want my dreams to end up in the graveyard with me, you know? So little child running wild, and I'm still a wild child, is because I'm still that little girl. I just am recognizing it, embracing it, and learning how to use that to my advantage.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah.
when we tap into that inner child, like that's who we really the fuck are. And I don't never want to let that part of me go, because that's what got me to this point.
Right.
Because that part of me is what helped me to fight, what helped me to get through, what helped me to always like push forward. And so, yeah, I'm still a wild child. I'm just in an adult body, so I'm tapping into my inner child, healing her, learning her, and so her and I can rule the world together.
Okay. All right. And the last question, I asked everybody the same question. So, what is to you, Miss Tiffany, what is the true meaning of happiness?
The true meaning of happiness for me is being able to do what I love, and that's create. Like, oh my God, creating makes me happy in a way that nothing else does. And growing, like I said, when I talked about that garden, that actually came from a part of my life where actually 2018. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little backstory. 2018, I had a marijuana induced mental breakdown. I had got to smoking so tough that like I wasn't dealing with none of my shit. Okay, wasn't dealing with none of it, and I ended up having a mental breakdown. Not to the point where they had to commit me or no shit, but it was severe enough that I was recommended to have intensive outpatient therapy. Okay. So I was in therapy, and my therapist was like, "So you got kids?" I was like, "No." She like, "You got a pet?" "Nope." "You got some plants?" "Nope." She said, "Oh, okay, yeah, no. We need you to take care of something other than yourself. We need you to take care of something other than yourself and your bills and your regular responsibilities. So, you choose what you want to get, but you need to get something." So I tapped into plants. I'm like, all right, let me get a couple of plants. I got a couple of plants, and those plants, oh my God, people don't even know how much those plants saved my life. They saved my whole fucking life, because they helped me, for one, to understand my mother as a parent, not just like my mother, but, and I talk a lot about my mom because my mom was the most present for a longer period of time in my life. It helped me to understand her as a mother. My mother and I kind of had like this little back and forth kind of relationship, and she started not to understand me the older that I got, because again, I was her wild child. So she was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Right. So not that I was getting in trouble, but it was just like I always wanted to move the way I wanted to. Like, right.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, and she like, well, I'm trying to keep you from bumping your head. You can't. Right. And if I bump my head and I end up with a knot, then that's what I got to deal with. And I used to tell her that. And she used to be like, but you just want to be hard-headed. Well, so be it, you know? But yes, so I got into plants, and then those became my life. But again, the plants saved my life because they helped me to understand my mother. They helped me to heal in a different kind of way. They helped me to be able to forgive my mother and to be able to be okay without my mother being here. So it helped me to actually, a lot of times we say we want people to rest in peace, but that was my releasing and allowing her to rest in peace in a way where I was not constantly questioning what was happening or what happened in our relationship. And then outside of that, that's what saved my life. And so that's why I talked about the garden. That's why I talked about all that good stuff. Because my life, my true meaning of happiness is just being at peace, creating, loving life, loving people genuinely, authentically, and yeah, inspiring people to be who they desire to be in this way. That's it. That's all. Cause fuck everything else. If it ain't making you happy, fuck it.
There you go.
And I'm sorry, but not sorry, because I was rambling a little bit, but
No, you good.
it is what it is.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You know,
Like this actually helped my Sunday to like be a little better. Because otherwise I was gonna be over here knocked out. Like just feel asleep.
Learn some things about you. We're going to get you to sing one day. We're going to get you to sing one day.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch the show, you'll see that I be singing a little bit. You know, I do my little thing, but I don't really sing for real on there.
Yeah, we gonna get you to sing for real one day. Don't worry. That SMG mixtape coming soon, y'all. Don't worry.
Oh Lord. But yeah, so it's been a beautiful journey. I cannot say that I regret anything in life. Because everything that's happened to me, about me, for me, or through me has helped me to be me. So I just want to keep moving in the direction that is gonna help me to live my best life.
Okay.
So I hope y'all do the same though too. Don't focus on the shit of the past. Let it go. Grow. Go through your shit. Deal with your shit. So you can be the shit.
There you go. And that was another wonderful episode of Questions with the wonderful, the talented Miss Leo. Miss Leo, can you tell them one more time where they can find you at?
Don't say my name like that. Like, oh Lord, I'm sad. She done wore me out, Miss Leo.
It's just let them know where they can find you, okay?
Yes,
because after all that, after learning about you, I know they're gonna want to hear some more from you.
You're gonna want to tap in Instagram. You can find me Leo Ra'Chel, and that's LEO RACHEL _.
You see who got money, right? Her name Rachel, y'all. She's just trying to say Ra'Chel, but it's cool though.
No, my name is actually Ra'Chel. Ra'Chel is my real middle name. That is my real middle name.
That's what happened when people get money, y'all. They went from Rachel to Ra'Chel. Okay? So that's what I'm letting you know.
And it's even spelled with an apostrophe. That's how you know it's not Rachel. It's not Rachel.
That's that money right there. It's okay, Rachel. It's okay.
And please don't ever call me Rochelle. None of that. Rachel. None of that. Don't do that. Just call me Leo. I promise to God I will answer. Don't mess up my middle name though, because I might look at you and you'll be like, "Oh shit, I didn't mean."
Call her Leo, or call her Ra. You know, she answers.
Not Ra. I also get called Shell, but it's only a select few people that can call me Shell.
There you go.
So, but you can find me on Instagram, Leo Ra'Chel _. The Fat Girl Chronicles, PGC After Dark, Royal Outcast Artistry, and Royal Outcast Styling Academy. You can find me there at all of those on Instagram. If you just type in the names, I will pop up. Or if you type in Leo Ra'Chel, that's LEO, and then RA'_CHEL, all of those will pop up, I'm pretty sure. And then you can find those same things on Facebook. My website is coming soon, where you'll be able to go get all things Leo. You can find the Fat Girl Commandments, Living Out Loud Journal for men, and the Living Out Loud Journal for women on Amazon, or you can connect with me directly so that you can purchase a copy. The Fat Girl Commandments is pretty much my autobiography up until 5 years ago. So,
and you gonna find her on a whole bunch of Sarkarian stuff too. So,
yeah,
she's around. She will be around. She's gonna stay around. So,
Sarkarians, I just want to say thank y'all for embracing me, welcoming me the way that y'all have, because like y'all just put them big old grandma arms out there and embrace me in a way that I've never been embraced. So I want to say thank y'all for that. That's dope. Y'all are dope.
Go ahead and get you a plate, baby.
No, not to go to get you.
Go and get you a plate, baby.
Come on in here, girl. Come on in here, girl. That's how y'all did me. So I appreciate it and thank y'all for seeing me. Because that's not often. So I appreciate
not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. So
I think that's it though. I think that's all the places you can find me.
Okay. So y'all know I mess this up every single time because I haven't figured out an ending for this show yet. But it is the end. 'Tis the end. And as I always say, thanks to the man with the little hat. If you ask the right questions, you get the right answers. Until next time, bye.
Get your independent out of here. Question.